What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for stopping in. Today we are taking a look at a knife that I'm going to hold in a pretty high regard when it comes to a crossover EDC fixed blade. If you're here because you like knife and EDC content, you're in the right spot. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I release daily videos, and hit the thumbs up button. That helps push the video out there to more people, and let us know what you're carrying in your pockets today down in the comments. So this knife right here is coming in from Nedfoss, and this is going to be called the Boar. Now, they recently have put out a couple of fixed blades that I think are suitable for a good budget crossover fixed blade. So it does come with nice packaging. You get this box. You also get your taco style Kydex sheath. You get a tech lock, a ferrocerium rod. You also get a microfiber cloth, and you get a striker for that ferrocerium rod. So you get a nice little set, but you can take off the tech lock, you can take off the ferrocerium holder, and make this a nice slim sheath, which is what I'm going to do with this fixed blade. I'm going to take this off, I'm going to take this off, and then I'm going to put an Alti clip on this sheath right here, and it is going to lighten the weight by about 5 ounces or so between the tech lock, the ferrocerium rod. So if this was an outdoor companion fixed blade that you're going to put on the belt, then by all means keep this the way that it is, without changing anything. But for me personally, I'm going to be using this as a EDC crossover fixed blade. This is coming in D2 steel. We have a PVD coating on that drop point blade. It is going to be a full flat grind. We are looking at burlap micarta for the handle material. And as far as our overall length to that pummel down there, we're at 8 7/8. And then as far as our blade, we're looking at 3 3/4 inches of cutting edge and 4.1 of total blade there. So this is getting close to out of reach with an EDC fixed blade. And what I mean by that is it's starting to get pretty long, right? But because of the sheath, this is something that can still be pocketable, and it is something that can still be thrown on the belt as a scout carry. So now it's getting, depending on your size and all that sort of thing. But for me personally, going into winter, where we're going to be wearing, more clothes, larger clothes, coats and hoodies and stuff like that, carrying something like this on me is going to be very easy. So one way or the other, I'm going to either put a scout strap on this, or I'm going to put an Alti clip. I haven't decided if I'm going to throw a scout carry strap on here or the Alti clip, but one way or the other, I am going to be switching this thing because I have really enjoyed this fixed blade in the short time that I have messed with it. We are going to be taking out a couple of crossover fixed blades like this one here and testing them in some different outdoor activities. We want to see, how well do they cross over from EDC into the outdoors. That's kind of the question I've been asking, and I'm looking to get answers to. Where do we need to be? What kind of size, what kind of build do we need to have in order to be comfortable carrying it every day, but also be able to take it outdoors and do some varying tasks with it, right? We are looking at 180 thousandths on the blade stock, so not too shabby for what we're looking at here. The micarta is very nice. Burlap looks really good. It feels really good. We have 3 torques on each handle, so those are going to be nice and durable. And then we have this pommel down here on the bottom, full tank construction, of course. And then we have an integrated lanyard hole in that pommel. Very minimal branding. We got the D2 steel marking there. And then we just have the little Nedfoss lion there on the front. A very clean looking fixed blade. Now, what kind of edge are we looking at from this fixed blade here? And a proper D2 is going to have pretty good edge retention. It's going to be very tough, and it's not going to be the best in the corrosion resistance department, but because we have this PVD coating, some sort of titanium nitride coating, it's going to do much better than, it would if it were uncoated. That coating is going to really protect this blade. If you take care of your stuff even a little bit, you're going to be just fine, unless you just live in a place that it gets, insanely humid for, long periods of time throughout the year. Like in Pennsylvania, it gets very humid here, but it's usually only for a couple of months, and it's usually not long enough, or, stuff will rust depending on the finish, but it's unlikely, unless it's like a blasted finish. Stuff like this, I have never had an issue with, not even on the edge. So depending on where you live, I could see D2 maybe being a problem, but I think for the most part, you're going to be in pretty good shape. Now, they do have another knife that I'm going to try to get my hands on, but it comes in around $60, and it's 14C and micarta, and it looks very good. I think it might be close to the same size or just a little bit smaller than this one. I can't remember, but it's got a very good profile, and that looks enticing as well. But some of these companies are starting to really put out some solid fixed blades and make it a good package right out of the box. Now, this is probably geared, it is geared, there's no probably about it. This is geared more towards hunting, outdoors, camping, stuff like that. But based on the sheath that it comes in, and being as it's in the size that it is, I think, would everyone want to carry something like this as an EDC? No, they wouldn't. A lot of people like to be under 7 inches, and I don't blame them. That is a comfortable size. But there are many people out there who are looking for this exact thing. Something they can EDC that's a little bit larger, that they can take outdoors and do various tasks with it as well. Now, like I said, depending on what you're planning on doing with it, I would leave this set up on it if I'm planning on throwing this on my belt and using this as a permanent outdoor fixed blade as a companion. I'd leave this just the way it is. As far as the sheath goes, it is a nice sheath. Certain companies need to take some notes from Nedfoss. We have a sleek, short sheath here. We have a little ramp for getting this fixed blade out of there. Good retention on the way in and out. Nice pop. Little bit of wiggle from the tech lock, but otherwise, that fixed blade is in there. Very good. So, no worries, no complaints on the sheath whatsoever. Now, I do have limited time with this fixed blade, but, given the price of right at like $50, I'll have this link down below in the description. But being as this is at $50, getting D2 burlap micarta, Nedfoss does, in my experience, a fine job on their D2. They've used it for a while, and they've used it on quite a few of their folders and fixed blades. Now, they did do the Hyena fixed blade, which I can recommend if you don't mind 440. That's 440 and G10. That's another solid fixed blade that Nedfoss has made in the past. Now, this one's a little bit newer, and the Sea Lion, I think, is the other fixed blade. I'll link them both, but I don't have any experience with that Sea Lion to tell you, but I think it would be a good option as well from Nedfoss if you're looking for something like this. This is going to, if you have large XL sized hands or more, this is going to fill out your hand very nicely, be very comfortable. You have a little bit of jimping there. I wouldn't have mind seeing that run out, quite a bit further. That's just me personally. You have what is acting like a guard here. Some people will really love that. Some people maybe not so much. Now, I don't know. No, that would need to be filed down. You could ultimately use the spine of this to strike a ferro. It's 90'd, but it's not real sharp. So you could file this and get this 90-degree pretty sharp. The sharpening choil is okay. The plunge could be back a little further, and that would be, you know, a lot better. The plunge is right up there. Right up there where the edge starts. So that could be a little better. But not going to go too crazy with, you know, over analyzing this $50 fixed blade. Full flat, and then we have a little swedge that rolls to the tip there. That full flat combined with this D2, this is going to be a, you know, presumably an ultra tough fixed blade. At least that's what I'm planning on, is it being pretty tough and being able to really beat on this. We're going to take it outdoors and see what it's made of, and we'll take the ferrocerium rod out as well and mess around with that. But I really like this knife. If you're looking for a crossover EDC fixed blade, we're going to start seeing a ton of these types of fixed blades coming out this size and smaller. We're going to see a ton of them from every company in the knife world pretty much. Fixed blades are going to take over in 2025, I feel like. We're just going to see a mass amount of them. They are becoming extremely popular with people, and I don't blame people. They're a very dependable tool and going to be much more rigid than a folder. I will always carry a folder though, and I will always carry a couple of folders, but I definitely have grown to love carrying a fixed blade. I actually have one on me right now, the Kaiser Muskrat, right in my coat here, but I've been carrying a fixed blade a lot more over the last couple of months, and I think a lot more people are as well. Let me know if that's something you have just gotten into, or you've been getting into, or that you're thinking about getting into carrying a fixed blade as an EDC, because I've been on that quest for years and years at this point, and we've answered a lot of questions on what we're looking for in our fixed blade, in our sheath, in our mounting options, and just what we're looking for out of the box and what we may have to alter coming out of the box. I look forward to hearing from you guys on this topic. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. That helps push this video out there to more people. If you're new to the channel, I release daily knife and EDC content every single day. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Ring the bell. That'll notify you anytime I release new content. I will put up a couple of new videos on your screen. Go check one of them out. Have yourself an awesome day. Thank you all again for watching. I will catch you on the next one.